Hello guys and welcome to Steve Knows. I'm going to do a Vive Cosmos Elite unboxing to see what's in this Vive Premium headset, and I also found something pretty interesting in it. Perhaps you can help me understand it because doesn't quite make sense to me, and that will all become clear very shortly. So let's get started on the unboxing and check out what we have here. Wait! I already have a year's subscription to Viveport, so if you're interested in that, I think you get 6 months with this headset. I have a key available if you guys want that. So just subscribe to the channel, and there's a link down below on how to enter for a chance to win that. This video is sponsored by PartyLink, a cheaper alternative for the Oculus link cable. Use it to sideload content onto your Quest and have a ton of free content, or plug your headset into the computer and use it as a PC VR gaming headset, enabling you to play some of the best games out there. Do not worry, there is a 100% money back guarantee as well, and there are links in the description. Okay, so it's time to unbox the Vive Cosmos Elite. This is Vive's latest release of their alteration with the Vive Cosmos. They've done a few of them, but this one comes with an external tracking plate. It's supposed to come with the original Wands and the base stations 1.0, which I found something interesting on the box, because we're all like, why are they using the original Wands and why are they using the old Steam VR tracking? But on the box, it says Steam VR tracking 2.0. which I can't wait to open the box and have a look and see what that means, because I'm not completely sure. I thought it was the base stations 1.0. There might be nothing to do. It might be the Steam VR software, but let's find out. A headset, a converter, 2 wireless controllers, and 2 base stations Steam VR tracking 1.0. Let's get into it. So from opening the box, we've got the setup of the headset, plugging it in, then we've got the kind of the base stations, then we've got the converter, and then we've got the headset, and then the remote, and a Viveport offer. What do we get from Viveport? I've actually got Viveport for an entire year, so I'll give that to one of you guys. Just let me know if you want it. You can use it for PC VR and the Quest as well. It's all compatible. What's in here? Business cards. Oh, nice. I like that. The Vive quality inspection certificate. That's in the details. That's pretty sweet. Gives it that kind of quality feel to it. If you've seen American Psycho and they're all talking about their business cards. Like, oh my goodness. So let's start off with the stations. They look like the 1.0 versions. And does it say on there? So you need a power supply and a connection to your computer with these, and there's a sync button on them. This is my first time actually fiddling with a base station. Looks quite nice, doesn't it? Looks like a modern speaker. There's 2 of those in the box. Nice. Same again. Power supply. I hope I'm not going to need 50,000 plugs in order to set this up. And the nice HTC logo on the top there. But it's all got plastic covering on it, nice and protected. But it feels like good quality. I'm pretty impressed with that. Of course, when you're paying that kind of money, it's what you want. Aha, here we go, we've got more stuff here. Oh no. Look at those American plug sockets. And I'm in the UK, that's not good. I'm gonna have to get some converters, otherwise I'm not gonna be able to play. I can't plug these into the wall.
2 hours later.
These are the cables for each of the base stations. It would be nice if they kind of shared the same power supply, because VR setup is very taxing. Again, you've got the nice HTC embroidery in the plug. Got here, oh, this is some fiddly bits. Ah, okay. So these are to screw the base stations into the wall if you want them kind of up on a higher version of the ceiling, so they can face down. You get better coverage of the room without obstacles in the way. But you do have to screw these in. Of course, if you're renting a place, you can't exactly do that. Check out number 5. Oh, it's not going in order. It doesn't matter. Number 5. What's in here? Ooh, I do like that colour quite a bit. This is nice. Let's move this over here to get these out, because these This is the first time I'm seeing these myself as well. This is the first time I've seen the wands and the black ones with the rather nice blue. I think they realised that I really like their colour. Wow, they are some beastie controllers, aren't they? They make the Oculus Touch controllers seem very, very flimsy and weak. So we've got the, I guess that's kind of like the pause button, the home button, a tab button, a sensor, where I guess it's at like a D-pad. You press on anywhere around the kind of edge of the controller to pick up movement, and there's also a click on it like an R3. There is the trigger. Oh, the trigger is actually quite nice. It feels like there's something there that you have some sort of, probably you're going to get some sort of feedback on it. On the Oculus Touch controller, kind of just presses in. But there's a kind of that, it goes in quite nicely, it has that resistance, then a click, satisfying. And then of course the grip button on either side, which is nice. So you can, doesn't really matter which hand you've got them on, but they are big. They are really big controllers, aren't they? Like, side of my head, they are massive, and they've definitely got some weight to them. They feel more premium than what I've previously used. They actually feel great. I can't wait to try those out. Woo! Okay, so charging cables for each of the remote. They don't take batteries, and also again, American. Let's check out the headset now. The big daddy time. Oh, it's a lot lighter than I was expecting. So now here's the headset. It looks very sleek. It does look very sleek, but the plastic on it, it's like a hard plastic. It doesn't have that kind of that premium feel. But then what do you expect from plastic, I guess? It's got that modular faceplate on it. I think it looks really nice. So as you can see, there's cameras, 2 on the front. This is supposed to improve the tracking, and this is the modular plate for the Elite. You don't get this on the original Cosmos, but if you want to add it, this is going to be like $200. There's also a camera here on the side, there's a camera here on the side, and there's 2 cameras on the front, and there's also obviously the base stations for tracking, which is these side ones are going to be very, very, very helpful for when I'm doing things like this, where you want to get a nice swing on something. I use that all the time in the Oculus Quest. I do that move and it kind of loses tracking, so that's going to be handy for things like Beat Saber. When things are getting pretty intense, you start just going nuts and they start flicking up here. Let's take these off. Let's check out the headphones. Let's try this on. It's like a new helmet. Look at those. I'm pretty excited about that. It's got a foam headphone for audio on the side that you can have out as well, so it doesn't have to be kind of pushed up against your ear. You don't have to have this thing right up in your face. So you can just, and that's one of the settings. So one of them's in for you to hear, so it's pushing against your ear, so you get so the audio is really, really close. Or you can just flick it out, and it has a setting there. You can probably see it where it kind of sits off a bit, so you have a bit of a better idea of what's going on in your surroundings. Do they rotate? Yes, they rotate as well. Fantastic. So if you've got a massive head or your ears are really far behind, they're going to work for you. It's got the rotating adjuster at the back as well. This is the same as like the PlayStation VR. So when you put this on, just to make it a bit more secure, you'd rotate that and it'll kind of squeeze it onto your head. And it has some rather quite firm, oh look, there's the flipping action. So it'll be on your head, it'll be like that. Then you go, I'm ready. Which I suppose you're going to get quite a sweaty forehead with that on, but it's going to be comfortable as it's got the halo strap and it's got this kind of thick support that goes across the entire top of your head. Comfort's important. Something that I know people have shown concern about, and I think I've got to agree, is that this is a very, very, very foamy kind of cover. And you're just gonna absorb all of your sweat from when you're playing. Of course, initially it's gonna be fine, but after like a few months, that's gonna be disgusting. And when you're not gonna want to share that with any of your friends, are you? So I might have to look into changing that. It looks like it easily pulls out, so you might be able to get some custom ones. But I'm not gonna put it out. I'm not gonna do that. Let's try it on. Okay, so it's on. This is a very, very different experience, and what I'm getting from it is definitely the feel of I'm wearing a PlayStation VR headset, the way it sits on the head, the way I feel it kind of squeezing under the lip here to make sure it doesn't move off the head. Also, that it's sitting on the kind of the top of the forehead and the top of the head, except that I've got this support here, which you can just easily tighten or loosen. But then I feel like if you're tightening it, you're kind of it feels like you're kind of pulling the headset up a bit and getting a gap down here. But obviously, that's not what we want. It feels really light. I feel there's not much light bleed. I might have a good face for the headset. It feels really comfortable. And enter the real world. That is so helpful. Sorry, what? What was that? Oof, especially when you're sweating, like, whoa, I need a minute. I can feel the cold air immediately, so it's getting pretty hot quite quickly, but it definitely feels comfortable. Now, let's check what's in here. The last one, I'm hoping it's going to be the converter for this device. Yes, it is. Okay, so USB-C to DisplayPort, and then that end goes in here. Why is that? Why? I wonder why that's not just kind of the unit. Why is it not just come as that? Why is it not just that? Maybe they have their reason. So here you can see USB 3, DisplayPort, and a converter. So let's set this up. Let's give this a go. Let's see what it can offer us. My first Vive experience. So let's show you how to install the Vive Cosmos, how to set it up. Go to vive.com/setup, download the application, run the application, and it should start downloading the Viveport desktop app. Once that's downloaded, it will give you this prompt for you to select the headset that you're using. We're using the Cosmos Elite, so select download, and it will start installing all of the updates and all of the software for that headset. Of course, health and safety, so they're on the cautious side. Next, install the software that they recommend. You may need to change the folder if you don't have space. And then again, you'll start installing even more files. Once that's done, it's going to take you through the setup of all of the devices, so the remotes, the headset, and the base stations. The first one is the base stations. Just click next and follow all the steps. Make sure that you've got space to actually play virtual reality and you're not going to hit anything. So with the base stations, they come with a power adapter. You're going to need to plug these into a power supply and then plug them into the base station. I'm using stands, but you can also put the wall mounts on the wall if you've got the time to drill a hole in and set that up. Some details on the base station so you can set them up in the best way possible. Once the base station is on, you should see B and C lit up on them, and then move on to the converter. Plug the converter onto the end of the headset, and then you're going to need to plug this converter into the back of the computer into a USB 3.0 port and a display port. Also plug in the power supply to the converter and you are away. That's the headset done. Just remove some of the stickers. It checks that your setup's all good. Once it is, it should download a firmware update. Once that's done, we're on to the controllers. It starts looking for the remote, so press the system button to make sure that they get picked up. Once that's done, it's time to set up your play space. It wants to pick up your remote and your headset, and once it's done that, it will take you through the calibration. So the first one is pointing the remote at your monitor and pulling the trigger. The next one is putting the remotes on the floor so you get the correct height. Now we want to draw our boundary. So you'll see the setup where the base stations have kind of mapped out your room, the remote and your headset, and you'll draw your play space. Once that's done, you can load up Viveport and start playing a game. So that's it from me today, guys. Thanks for watching to the end of the video. It was great to see what's inside the box for the Vive Cosmos Elite. It does feel like a premium headset, but you are paying a premium price. And I'm already starting to develop some opinions on it, but I'm going to save that for the review. So please subscribe to the channel, stick around for next time, so you don't miss out on any of the latest and greatest virtual reality games, news, and reviews. Thank you to my patrons, you absolute legends. Happy gaming, guys. Good day.